So we took our brand new 2024 Mustang S650 out to Sebring Raceway. We then added just over $2,500 worth of Steeda suspension, dual rates, front rear sway bars, and Pro Action shocks and struts. Even on the stock tires, $2,500 worth of parts, we shaved over 2 seconds of a lap off out there at Sebring. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the rest of the parts we put on our 2018 HPDE Car, and we're gonna add that to the 2024 as well. But first, let's go talk to Glenn Vitale and show you how that car did.
Hi everyone, I'm Glenn Vitale, and you're riding along with me in our 2024 White GT. As you can see, we have the split screen here. What you can see is on the left side when we had the stock suspension right off the showroom floor with only 500 miles, and on the right side with our HPDE suspension kit installed. And as you can see, one of the things you'll notice throughout this video is just how compliant this car is over the bumps at Sebring. So even with our suspension, there's still a lot of compliance in this car, allowing the driver to focus on driving and less on having to recover the car as it's skipping over bumps. It's something very important when you're setting up a car to go around a road course. As you can see, as we go underneath the bridge here, going into turn 7, we are already starting to open a gap in lap time compared to when the car was stock. A lot of that has to do with the overall corner speed that the car has that is greater versus when the car was stock, which we'll show you on a graph in a little bit, but also the fact that now we can get traction to the rear tires, which helps us accelerate quicker and helps us get down those straightaways with a higher mile an hour, which is lowering our lap time. At this point, the limiting factor on this car is not the brakes. The brakes are working great. It's actually the stock tires that we're still using. When we switch to a better tire, you're going to see even a higher speed on these straightaways because we'll be cornering with even more speed, and when we enter the straightaways with more speed, that means your top speed at the end of the straightaway is going to be even greater. As you can see looking at the graph, majority of the corners, which are all the dips on the graph, clearly have a higher speed when you look at the blue line. The blue line not dipping as low as the green line represents how much faster the car was going through those corners with the Steeda suspension. Finally, as we enter turn 17, the last turn at Sebring, and quite possibly the bumpiest and roughest turn of all racetracks in the world, you can see how the Steeda suspension, those dual rate springs and Pro Action adjustable shocks and struts are working together, and the car goes through that corner being jostled around, but you don't see any sawing of the wheel where I'm working to steer the car, any correction in the car. The car is planted through that corner, which is very important.
So here we are with our red 2018 HPDE car. That stands for High Performance Driving Event Car. Now, what we did here is we started with a base model 2018. Why? Well, just like our Steeda Silver Bullet, it's the lightest package available. Weight's the enemy performance. So, what do we want to do with this car? We basically want to turn it into a wolf in sheep's clothing, meaning it can go out on the track like our number 20 car, compete with cars that are twice as expensive as this Mustang, yet it looks like any old car going down the street. So let's dive into what makes this Steeda Mustang a little bit different than your average Mustang. So starting in the front of the car, first thing that stands out is this bright red Steeda Road Race Camber. What did we do that for? Well, not only can we improve suspension geometry by adjustable front roll center, but you're also going to shed 30 pounds from the front of your S550 or S650 Mustang. Then you're going to notice our Steeda sway bar. That's got your 4-hole position bound on it. Our Steeda bump steer kit, right? That's going to help you dial it in. Make sure when you're out there on course or on track, you're not going to have perfect even surfaces. Minimize the amount of bump steer coming back to the driver. Then you'll see up top here, we've got our adjustable front ride height suspension system, complete with Steeda Camber plates, and rounding things out here in the front, Steeda stainless steel brake lines, and some 1 7/8" headers from our friends at Cook Long Tube Headers and Performance. So working our way to the back of the car, we mentioned the Cook's long tube headers. We also have our Steeda closed lid cold air kit and custom tune. All that power is going to come to the back via Steeda aluminum drive shaft. Now, more goodies, right? Steeda competition adjustable rear sway bar. It comes with our relocation brackets. Our Steeda adjustable ride height kit. Now, one of the beauties of this component in the back of the car really helps dial in corner weights, adjust your ride height, absolutely perfect. Literally just put in a 1/2 inch socket drive and you can raise and lower the rear of the car, change spring rates if you're on the track. It's awesome. You also, like I said, stainless steel brake lines and Steeda adjustable Pro Action shocks to go with the ones in the front. Also, the Steeda catback exhaust system. This is 3-inch throughout, also features the X-pipe up front. And then these lines right here coming out of the diff. One of the things we found with this car was after a couple laps out there at Sebring, diff temps were going through the roof. Well, it's a reason why on some of the track-based Mustangs, GT350, Mach 1, things like that, some of these diff coolers are available. They're gonna keep that diff happy and make sure that you can go out there and hit lap after lap. So one of the key components to being able to put down power coming out of the turns was not only this rear sway bar, but also our Steeda Stop the Hop kit. So this has our alignment dowels, our subframe bushing inserts, and our patented Steeda IRS braces. Those things combined with the adjustable rear sway bar, Steeda Pro Action shocks and struts, really allows Glenn and Dario to stand on that pedal coming out of the corners and get optimum traction to these rear tires and make them go quicker lap after lap. So this car out there at Sebring was able to go at 224 with proper wheels and tires. The plan is get the 2024 Mustang up here, do the exact same suspension kit on it, and let's see how that S650 compares to the older S550. So stay tuned. So that's pretty impressive. 2 seconds a lap. Now obviously Glenn Vitale, Mayhem as we like to call him in-house, was behind the wheel, so you know you got a good driver. Now taking that car to the next level would be the parts we just showed you on this. We're talking about our Steeda adjustable ride height kit, upgrading the brake pads, wheels, tires, some aero. Now in that form, this 2018 was actually able to go at 224 around Sebring. So while out of the box, the S650 impressed us going that 228. Now we're gonna throw these parts on the S650 to see how fast that car can go. So while everything underneath the S650 is gonna be identical to this S550, the biggest difference comes from underneath the hood, where this 2018 features our closed lid, cold air intake, our in-house Steeda tune, with a set of off-road Cook's long tube headers. So all told, this one probably makes about 30-35 horsepower more than the 2024 Mustang. Suspension's gonna be identical, but like I said, the biggest difference comes from underneath the hood. So all told, the S650 should probably have a hard time keeping up with the 224 that this ran, but only time will tell. So stay tuned. Let's see what that S650 platform does to the older S550 that went at 224 with the better brakes, wheels, tires, and that adjustable ride height kit here from Steeda. Is the S650 a dud? How's it gonna compare to the S550? Well, we sent our video guy down there. He's gonna capture all the essence out there at Sebring with Glenn Vitale behind the wheel, and let's see how she does. So hit like, subscribe, follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, our YouTube channel. Remember the most important thing at the end of the day? Steeda, where speed matters.